guys, it's Benny. We are not exaggerating when we say that what's been uncovered today by Republican investigators may be the single largest scandal in the history of the presidency. This is dark. Where the hell is Joe Biden? Not like the Joe Biden in the 4-year hospice stay that he had in the White House, but like today. Joe Biden loves the limelight. He loves power. He loves being on camera. He loves his stupid aviators. Why haven't you seen or heard anything from Joe Biden? He's vanished. Nothing. You know, his kids in all this trouble. Hunter Biden's in legal suits saying he has no more money. He can't afford to continue litigation. His life's a disaster. His kids are flailing. His entire legacy is being destroyed and eroded. You'd think that Joe Biden would be running to the cameras, right? Jumping on MSNBC, NPR, podcasts. No, we've seen Joe Biden one single time in this video in some strange little pie shop where Joe Biden has a massive dent in his face. What the hell's that? You notice this on the side of Joe Biden's face? Giant bruising. Not only does Joe Biden look like he's not with us, right? You see the hollow, empty stare there. You can see that Joe Biden's clearly hit his chin. And how do you hit your chin? You fall over. What does that indicate? That indicates that you've lost your motor functions, your fine motor functions, just like we saw Joe Biden fall time and time again during his presidency. You have Joe Biden here clearly smashed his face. And actually, it's a hit to the face. That's often what happens with people who have dementia. Dementia erodes, obviously, the brain from the inside out, and some of the first things to go are your ability to protect your own head, which is some of the most natural resources. You have newborns protect their head. So you're gone. And now we know that Joe Biden's gone. New investigations have proven this, but we've known Joe Biden was gone for quite a while. If you notice how Jill Biden holds his hand here when Joe has to take 2 steps, this is after the debate with Donald Trump. Look at that. And the wives always know. Joe Biden's such an evil character in all this. The wives always know. Look at how he handled Joe going over the edge there. The wives always know. Look at how Joe Biden handles Joe at the White House, leading him about like a old dog, right? Speaking to him like a child.
You did such a great job. You answered every question. You knew all the...
You answered every question. Look at Joe's face, actually, when Joe Biden is speaking about him.
North Carolina and across America, who are working hard to find a secure place in the middle class. The moms who worry that their daughter... I saw in him then the same character that I see in him today. And even though he has faced unimaginable tragedies,
You're on stage.
His optimism is undaunted. His strength is unshakable.
She's talking about you.
His hope is undeterred. I saw in him then the same character that I see in him today. And even though he has faced unimaginable tragedies.
Yeah. Something's horribly wrong, and now we know what it was. Ladies and gentlemen, a new massive bombshell from the House Oversight, led by Republicans, says that after gathering all documents, all of Joe Biden's documents were handed over to them by the Trump White House. They've examined them using computer technology and AI and found out that all of them were signed not by Joe Biden, but by a computer. Ladies and gentlemen, Joe Biden's presidency was entirely fake. He didn't sign jack. House Oversight Project finds the Biden presidency was run by an autopen signature. We gathered every document that we could find with Biden's signature over the course of his presidency. All used the same autopen signature except for the announcement that he was dropping out of the race. Here's the autopen signature. This is criminal. The Biden presidency didn't have a real president. People should go to jail for this. So you can see the identical signatures at all times. So every point in them is identical. I sign a lot of paperwork, right? We are doing business, right? We're trying to build a business. We're trying to mint partnerships and build the channel. I'm signing documents regularly. And my signature is always different. It's kind of the same. It's kind of similar, but every signature is different. It's like a fingerprint. Every fingerprint kind of looks alike until you get into the fine details. And my signatures are always different. That is what Joe Biden's signature looked like on his dropping out letter. And this is what it looked like on every single other document coming out of the White House. In case you're wondering what an autopen is, this is a good example of the autopen that learns the signature and is able to take that signature and duplicate it perfectly. This is an example of like an older model. These are the kind of things that are used sometimes in business, used sometimes when you require power of attorney and so on. This is an example of what that is. So this is what the oversight says was the actual legitimate Joe Biden signature, because, well, it seems like it was signed by somebody. Maybe it wasn't signed by Joe Biden. I mean, maybe that's the next question. Was there a legitimate concerns in Washington that the United States effectively lacked a president over the past 4 years? Investigators revealed that Biden personally signed almost nothing during his presidency: pardons, legislation, executive orders, all through autopen. Moreover, Biden was in just one cabinet meeting last year, leaving cabinet secretaries largely independent, receiving minimal direction from the White House and virtually no guidance from Biden himself. The autopen signature, there it is. Real versus autopen. You can see this. Jeez. Autopen pardons on vacation. Who's behind the autopen on 2022 that pardoned 6 criminals? The exact same autopen signature while Joe Biden was vacationing and golfing in the U.S. Virgin Islands. Note says they were all signed in the city of Washington. Our autopen investigation continues. So Joe Biden commutes the sentences of people while he is internationally on vacation. Whoever controlled the autopen controlled the presidency. We gathered every single document that we could find in Biden's signature over the course of his presidency. All used the same autopen signatures, except the announcement the former president was dropping out. There you go. This thing went massive. Recall that President Biden admitted to Speaker Johnson that he did not remember signing an executive order pausing LNG exports. So who signed it? For investigators to determine whether then President Joe Biden actually ordered the signature of a relevant document, or if he had the mental capacity to, they must first determine who was in control of the autopen. What checks were in place? Who was running the damn presidency? Who was... anyone could get anything they want. Now, Attorney General Andrew Bailey asked the DOJ to investigate whether Biden's cognitive mental decline allowed unelected officials to make decisions without his knowledge or approval. In that case, Biden's executive orders, pardons, and other actions may be unconstitutional and void. Yeah, do you think this guy was really running anything? With a sad, hollow look in his eyes. I mean, you feel really bad for him. These guys, don't feel bad for Joe Biden. He's obviously a monster. But his look what his family did to him. They used effectively his hospice level corpse in order to gain power. Who knows who's doing the signatures? Maybe it was Jill. Biden administration corruption dwarfs anything that preceded it. Nixon looks like Mother Teresa by comparison. It appears, according to House oversight, that nearly all of his communications were by autopen. And he was non-compos mentis. People should go to jail for this. That's right. Man. Dude. You go back and watch some of these clips from the Biden regime, you'll realize exactly how bad things were. And I think we just become numb to it as a country. And we just let this psychotic, wicked woman engage in what is clearly the most on-camera, despicable act of elder abuse in human history. This is what it was. I have something to pique your interest here. Here is a short clip of Biden's last cabinet meeting. Donald Trump had a cabinet meeting. Donald Trump's on camera all day. Compare and contrast this. Don't ever forget what they did to this country. And tell me, by the way, after seeing this, who do you think is in charge?
Well, good morning. I guess you're still morning, isn't it? Today, at the top of our meeting, Jill's going to give an update on the House initiative, White House initiative, to fundamentally change the approach and the fund, how we approach and fund women's health services. So I'd like to turn it over to Jill and for any comments she has. And it's all yours, kid.
Thank you. Sometimes the White House surprises you.